Hey, it's Mr. Scoppa here with an update for February 5th, 2016. It is Super Bowl weekend. I know, Super Bowl, woo! I'm just kind of upset that my Bills aren't there. So I had to wear the jersey today that celebrated Thurman Thomas from 1994 when the Bills made it there way back when. But, you know, looking outside right now, it's really not Super Bowl-like weather here. I mean, they could have the Super Bowl here in Western New York, and it'd be perfectly fine because there wouldn't be any snow. It's crazy. But even with the fact that, we don't have any snow right now, just a reminder, we do usually go out for recess, so please make sure that your kids have the appropriate outdoor things. I'm telling them jackets and everything. Yesterday, a couple of kids were like, "Oh, we don't need jackets. It felt like it was 30 degrees outside." I said, "Oh, we need some jackets." So please make sure that they've got winter hats and jackets and gloves on days that they need hats and gloves, but definitely the winter jacket. And I tell the kids that if they're wearing a hoodie all day, when they go outside, that hoodie's not going to do much for their temperature to keep them warm outside because their body has become accustomed to it. The request is please make sure that they actually have a jacket to wear on top of things, not just the hoodie that they're wearing all day as part of their normal outfit. So going on with that. Just a quick heads up, next week I'm going to be sending home some questions for you guys to talk about at home. We've been starting up with a video series that has to do with the growth mindset through Class Dojo, and it's a pretty cool little cartoon. It makes the kids think about things, and the last one was thinking about the fact that your brain is like a muscle, and you got to exercise it to get smarter, and so you got to work hard and things like that. The second one was all about making mistakes and everything, and so we'll be watching the third one next week. And so I'll send home some questions just to kind of give you something to chat about a little bit at the dinner table. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit of thoughts with that. And the kids have their Google accounts. Some of them decided to email me last weekend. We tried an email in class, and we found out that on the class iPads, when they try and send me an email from the class iPads, it doesn't work. But it does work if they sign in to Google on your machine at home. They can have access to Google Docs and Sheets and everything like that. I'm having them practice entering test scores, their answers into forms online, and then they got an email from me the other day that showed what they scored on a Wordly Wise review test. We're playing around with it, and I'm kind of introducing things to them a little bit at a time, slowly, just so they kind of get used to it. Because actually, our district is starting with Google Chromebooks for the 8th graders as a pilot program soon. So, with the idea of thinking that at some point we might go one-to-one, one device per student here at Pelmac. It's something that we're looking into. So I think it's really a responsibility of mine to make sure that the kids kind of have a little bit of background and learn how to use it, and so that's one of the reasons why we've got that going on. We've got a math test coming up soon, so we're going to be moving past all those addition and subtraction strategies, and yes, they do know what you learned in school of the U.S. standard algorithm for subtraction now, with the columns and the regrouping, and you probably called it carrying and things like that. And we even went in and explained what was going on, because one of the big differences from when we were growing up is we were taught the process, and we were told this is how you do it as you go through. We were never taught why, and or in very few cases people were taught why. And so we really looked into the fact that when you're borrowing from that tens column, you're really borrowing 10, and I showed it in expanded form for the kids, and we worked through so that way they could really see it. And then I explained it, when we were doing it in expanded form, it's like the big picture, and then when we do it with the standard algorithm, which is what we learned, that it's a smaller picture, so it's kind of like a shrinky-dink. It's the same process, it's only getting shrunk down to a much more concise idea. So that's what we're working on. And then we're going to be going on to fractions and decimals and percents soon. So that's going to get to all sorts of fun stuff. And with that, one last thing is that next Friday is our last day before February break. A couple things with that. One, if your child decides to do Valentine's for people, please make sure that they do Valentine's for everyone. We don't want to exclude anybody on that. And I've told the kids that if they do Valentine's, I've got my mailbox set up over on the other side of the room, and they can just slide them in there rather than the mass chaos of everybody running around and doing Valentine's boxes and things like that. But they do have an option for that, and I will be sending a little copy of a roster for kids. So with that, I hope you have a good day, and we'll talk with you later.